Dawgface about to shake these internet streets up with this one right here.
All you BMF, bring y'all mother to the front of the congregation and sit y'all ass down right here. This, according to Wack 100, and according to what Big Meech is allowing Wack to say to the whole world, right? If you plead guilty and somebody else's name is in your paperwork, then you are a rat. So if that's the case, J-Bo a rat.
Nah, hold on. Did Dawgface just call J-Bo a rat? Now that's crazy work. But y'all gotta understand exactly where he coming from. Now he's saying that according to them same guidelines that Wack 100 and Big Meech are trying to use on Cuffie, they gotta hold J-Bo under the same lens. They are also comparing this argument to the same thing that Gunna plead guilty to. Now, Dawgface just not throwing just no random names out there. He's challenging whether or not they gonna, you know what I'm saying, stick to these same rules.
Who nobody is calling a rat. I'm not calling J-Bo a rat. In J-Bo's plea agreement, he's doing exactly what Wack and Meech and all them flunky toe ass is saying that Cuffie did. And J-Bo took this cop in April of 2007. Big Meech and Terry, they didn't take no cop wait until November, 6 months later. So this J-Bo went up there and took a cop and admitted. How is that different from what Gunna did?
Now this one right here is starting to get real, because you got to question now, what is everybody in it for? How can you put a label on this one guy, then when another situation get brought up and Dawgface believes, bro, hey, you should judge everybody on the same standard. Now the rules are starting to change. Crazy work. And another thing people are questioning now, why in the world is Big Meech on the phone with Wack 100, considering the fact that Wack 100 has been in a lot of paperwork recently with a whole lot of major figure that's going on right now, people in court. That's crazy work for Big Meech to be talking to him. I'm guessing Big Meech is not looking at this thing as, you know what I'm saying, street rules and politics no more. He moving on to a businessman and not, you know what I'm saying, going off of his old life and the, you know what I'm saying, the influence he had on the culture. But everybody else is going to still look at Big Meech in that same lens, bro. Just keeping it a band, a whole lot of people. But Dawgface is not letting this one go to, you know what I'm saying, he's not letting this one die. He basically saying, bro, if you gonna hold Cuffie to this standard, man, you gotta hold the same weight across the board, man. But we gonna tap into this content. Make sure y'all hit that like, hype, and subscribe, man. Let's get into it.
Big Meech said, no, I haven't seen it, but somebody told me it was something there. Now, let's get to the heart of this shit. When it comes to taking a plea agreement, copping out, as we all say it. When it comes to copping out, right? Wack 100 said that Cuffie was a snitch because in his plea agreement, and GBE, you're gonna start this off. In his plea agreement, he agreed with the DA's narrative. He pled guilty to the DA's narrative of the crimes. That's one of the things he said. Another thing he said is that he was sentenced below the guidelines. We already did a show with Byron Blake, and Byron Blake said, no, he was not. We already went to the case law, right? He was not sentenced below the guidelines for the cases that he went to prison for. So my thing is, GBE, is Dion Cuffie Gatlin a snitch? Period. Is he a snitch because he took a cop, and in that cop, other people's names were mentioned to the things he pled guilty to? You're next, Wade, and then you, Rich Trapper.
No, he not a snitch. He ain't telling nobody. All he did was just plea out. He didn't cooperate.
So I need you to explain, because Wack 100, and I'm going to say Big Meech. You're going to say, well, Big Meech ain't said nothing. I'm going to say that Big Meech was on a FaceTime phone call when Wack 100 was talking to Cuffie, and he accused Cuffie of being a snitch because he played out and other people's names was in that paperwork. That's what he said. And Big Meech is just standing there like, get him.
And to give y'all a bigger picture, bro, just think about this. Is this the same way that Big Meech was using Tammy Cowens? I'm just thinking that might be what Dawgface is aiming towards. Y'all pay attention.
They know he won't. He was just listening to the conversation.
Is he using Wack 100 the same way he
Hold
used
on.
Tammy Cowens?
He love
Gonna be
Big
the
Meech, boy. He
question.
love that Big Meech, I swear.
Underdog, y'all is crazy, man. How, man?
He love that Big Meech, man. I feel it, man.
Right here,
Hey,
bro.
hey, GB, what they on with you, man?
I don't know.
He want to be on a show bad. That nigga trying to
Fuck
get
with
on
that
that TV show.
He
No,
love
I
that Big
Y'all know
Meech.
I fuck with GB, but hold on. I fuck with GB. Hold on.
Dawgface, no, I'm just gonna stick to the facts, man.
Okay, listen. Hurry, here go right here. Here goes some facts for you right here. You gonna love these facts. Watch this.
He ain't doing. Get him.
Do the rest of your time, because where Meech is at in his head, he just trying to live the rest of his life because it's a lot of that'll come to surface, and if it do, no matter what you say, we know the rules, and the rules say when you utter another name in that courtroom or agree that another committed a crime, it ain't right. I just think you should fall back. And then Blue Da Vinci, bro, Blue Da Vinci got a safety valve. Why are you on the phone with Blue? He got a safety valve. You know that, right?
Now stop right there. Look at Wack 100's phone right now. Look at the phone in his right hand. What does it say he's doing?
That record button.
I can't hear you, nigga.
Man, he screen recorded that conversation. That's why a lot of people gonna question, like, why in the world is Big Meech even, you know what I'm saying, on the phone with Wack 100, let alone Cuffie too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why do y'all got this man playing the point guard of y'all situation online? I don't know, man.
You know he got
button.
that ugly ass R&B record.
So this no. He got both phones in his hand. We know Wack got two phones.
No, that's Steve's phone that Wack holding with Meech on the
Oh,
phone.
hey, listen, bro. What the is Wack 100 doing? I told y'all that's what he's doing. He's screen recording the conversation. And for all
You see the red button.
dumb saying, well, that can't be a screen recording because he wouldn't be able to record. He wouldn't be able to record volume.
No, you can see the screen record.
Hold on.
Screen record like
Most people think
You can record volume on a screen recorder. I'm doing it right now to our stream. I'm doing it right now in real time.
most people think that when you screen record, you can only screen record what's on the screen. But you can screen record volume too. All you gotta do is long press the screen record button and then click activate microphone, turn microphone on, and then click record, and you can screen record the video and the audio. So what right here, Wack 100 said, look what he said. He's screen recording all this shit while Meech is on the other phone. Hold on.
Federal informant.
Hold on.
You should lay back, do the rest of your time, because where Meech is at in his head, he just trying to live the rest of his life because it's a lot of shit that'll come to surface. And if it do, no matter what you say, we know the rules. And the rules say when you utter another name in that courtroom or agree that another committed a crime, it ain't right. I just think you should fall back. And then Blue.
Hey, hold up, Dawgface. Dawgface, pause that. Hey, is that a police right there in that window?
No, that's Steve, man. There ain't no police.
Time out.
Oh, shit.
Time out real quick. Wack just said, and Big Meech just agreed, that basically you shouldn't be doing no snitch ass. We all agree to that.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't understand why Wack is on the phone with Big Meech on FaceTime, and Big Meech, like the rest of the world, is aware that Wack isn't.
That's what these niggas get though for with Wack. They both in the middle with Wack. That's what they get for that.
Saying, yeah, how can they have Wack and, you know what I'm saying, knowing that Wack is doing what he normally do, bro? Anything that possibly that he recorded, anything, bro, something always end up in the courtroom, bro. Just keeping it real, man. And I know everybody see it. Everybody see it.
I agree with it.
That's what they get because you listen. He can see that Wack is recording that. He leaned over in the fucking window looking right at it. Can see that he recording that.
So, Byron Blake.
Wack
so
is Wack whole thing with this is now he can say, yeah, I had Cuff on the phone and I told him this. That's the whole reason why he's saying this shit. That shit sound like a script listening to him say it. That's why it's funny to me. It's comedy because it sounds like some shit he practiced before he said it, you know.
So watch this. Hold
Meech
on,
just sitting there.
Watch this.
He got a safety valve. While you on the phone with Blue, he got a safety valve. You know that, right? You do know Blue Da Vinci got a safety valve, right?
I was a nigga who's in federal paperwork as a witness, informant, and a victim talking about anybody having a safety valve.
And I was gonna say that's Rich Trapper point right there because
that's
the same
point,
shit
right?
He's saying right there apply to him. Why meet you on the phone with this nigga and he in niggas federal paperwork?
I don't disagree with Rich Trapper on that. I agree with Rich Trapper.
Watch.
Maybe Big Meech is probably trying to get that street stigma off of his name and become a businessman and not be tried to the streets no more. But is that possible due to the fact that Big Meech and the Black Mafia family had so much influence on the culture, bro? Are we able to look at Big Meech as a regular civilian and not a street nigga no more? That's gonna be the question.
What's it? Look at the stupid ass look on Meech's face. Look at this stupid ass nigga.
Yeah, he just sitting there just looking.
With his mouth open. Nigga, close your mouth for a flat flying it, nigga.
He really listening hard. He trying to see what Cuff finna say. That's what he listening for.
Yes. And don't forget, the last time we was on this show, I said that I think everybody should take a step back. And I think Meech and Cuffie need to have a conversation. That's what this shit stops and starts at. That's what I said, Wade. So Meech heard what I said because he watched my programs. They watching me. So you decide to go against, you don't want to talk to Cuffie. You sitting back like a little bitch ass nigga, letting Wack guide you, nigga. And you a drug kingpin who made $500 million. And you let this nigga lead you down the yellow brick fucking road.
So all I'm saying is,
I think Meech just don't want to be on no phone saying shit. I think he just don't want to be, you know what I mean?
All I'm saying is, we listening to Wack on the phone with Meech give a description and adjectives of what is unacceptable as far as street behavior. Meech is agreeing with it. The irony is Wack is describing himself. That's all I'm saying. That's all I've been saying this whole time. So if we can bypass Wack having federal paperwork, then whatever Blue Da Vinci got going on, don't nobody really give a fuck about it because it's the same fucking situation. That's been my whole point. And I'm gonna close it with this. You can't tell me that Wack is that Meech has such an infinity of Cuffie being a snitch, but for whatever reason, for business reasons, can bypass Wack unless you cool with a fucking snitch because you yourself are a fucking snitch.
I like that nigga, man. He keeping it all the way up, man. Rich Trapper, I know he probably done caught a whole lot of slack on this internet, you know, little crazy stuff going around. But when it comes to speaking on this internet, boy, that boy, hey, he be putting two and two together. I like the nigga, man. F what y'all said about it. He cool with me.
Watch this. So, according to Wack, we just heard it. Wack said, yeah, because things might come out. You know, because you play guilty to something with people's names in it. What he said, right, GBE?
Yeah.
Hollywood Wade?
Yeah.
Okay. Underdog? Blake?
Yeah, I'm on here, man. Yeah.
Okay, so watch this. Watch this. Everybody in BMF, I need you to bring y'all niggas, I ain't even finna cuss you niggas out because I don't even feel like it night. All you BMF niggas, bring y'all motherfucking ass to the front of the congregation and sit y'all ass down right here. I'm finna show y'all something. This is the plea agreement of Chad E. Brown, a.k.a. J-Bo. The same dunce that just got called up in St. Louis. So watch this. According to Wack 100, and according to what Big Meech is allowing Wack to say to the whole world, right? If you plead guilty and somebody else's name is in your paperwork, then you are a rat. So if that's the case, J-Bo a rat. Because watch this. This is the pre-agreement of Chad E. Brown. Let's go down here to the motherfucking factual basis for guilty plea. I'll read. It says, the following facts are a sufficient and accurate basis for defendant's guilty pleas. Pleas with the S, plural. From on or about 1994 through 2005, 9 years, Chad E. Brown, aka J-Bo, aided, not orchestrated, he aided and abetted by others, possessed more than 15 but less than 50 kilograms of cocaine as a member of the drug trafficking organization led by Kerry Flannery and Demetrius Flannery, we're going to stop. That's the same shit Gunner did. Gunner acknowledged that BMF was a drug trafficking, or J-Bo acknowledged that BMF he pled guilty to it. He acknowledged that BMF is a drug trafficking organization led by Terry Flannery and Demetrius Flannery, also known as Black Mafia Family, as charged in count 1 of the indictment. Furthermore, from on or about 1999 through on or about 2005, defendant Chad E. Brown counted millions of dollars in cocaine proceeds that had been unloaded from or were to be loaded into vehicles equipped with hidden compartments that were used to transport cocaine proceeds from Detroit, Georgia, Missouri, and elsewhere to California, Texas, and elsewhere for Black Mafia Family Drug Trafficking Organization. Defendant also aided and abetted others to transport millions of dollars in cash derived from the organization's sale of cocaine. Defendant knew that the cash that he had counted and loaded and unloaded from the vehicles represented cocaine proceeds that would be used and, in fact, was to be purchased cocaine, real estate, jewelry, vehicles, in order to promote drug trafficking activities of the organization and its members. And J-Bo's, who nobody is calling a rat. I'm not calling J-Bo a rat. In J-Bo's plea agreement, he's doing exactly what Wack and Meech and all them flunky bitch ass hoe ass niggas is saying that Cuffie did. And J-Bo took this cop in April of 2007. Big Meech and Terry, they didn't take no cop wait until November, 6 months later. So this nigga J-Bo went up there and took a cop and admitted. How is that different from what Gunner did? Gunner admitted that YSL was a gang, and he admitted that he knew about crimes being committed by members of YSL, and he acknowledged that Young Thug was a leader. J-Bo took a cop saying that he worked for Terry and Demetrius Flannery. They wasn't convicted yet. They trial hadn't started yet.
That's telling.
They hadn't took no cop. In fact, the opposite when it come to Terry, because Terry wanted to take that shit to trial. Terry said, I'm gonna go to trial with this shit. J-Bo took a cop 6 months before them. So how the fuck is J-Bo not a rat? Wait.
Man, now this one right here is definitely gonna have people talking, because I can actually see what Dawgface is going with this one right here. He's not letting y'all put this standard on Cuffie and then suddenly change the standard when another person's name gets mentioned. Now, whether those situations are exactly the same is gonna be a debate, but me personally, I honestly think Big Meech is probably moving more like a businessman now and not being not holding himself to, you know what I'm saying, the street code and the expectations that people are expecting of him. The problem is Meech became Big Meech because of what his name stood for in this culture and what it represented. Now, those same people are going to hold Big Meech to that same scoreboard. And when you mix Big Meech and Wack 100, somebody who Dawgface publicly go with on the internet, man, you know that ain't about to slide, man. Dawgface is gonna challenge flag everything he see possible that's gonna happen, bro. He ain't letting it slide. But y'all tell me what y'all think, though, man. Does Dawgface have a point? You know what I'm saying? You gonna hold this same standard with Cuffie. You gotta hold this same standard with everybody across the board. Or do y'all think Dawgface reaching? I don't know, man. Just keeping it real. We're gonna call a ball, a strike. The Metaverse Umpire BT Scoop. I'm out. Make sure y'all hit that like, hype, and subscribe.